Annyeonghaseyo. Welcome to Chapter 5 of Easy English Lessons. We're on travel. This is a book by Dr. Chow Kyung Mi of Andong University and Professor Charles L. Olmsted of Gimcheon University. Vocabulary words. Bike, bike. Boat, boat. Bus, bus. Tractor, tractor. Traffic, traffic. Car, car. Motorcycle, motorcycle. Truck, truck. Train, train. Subway, subway. Van, van. Plane, plane. Sentences. The words in parentheses are interchangeable. Father drives a car to work. Father drives a truck to work. Father drives a van to work. The fastest thing I've been on has been a train. The fastest thing I've been on has been a plane. The fastest thing I've been on has been a car. I want my first set of wheels to be a car. I want my first set of wheels to be a motorcycle. I want my first set of wheels to be a truck. If I had enough money, I would buy a plane. If I had enough money, I would buy a boat. If I had enough money, I would buy a train. To me, the safest travel is a plane. To me, the safest travel is a train. To me, the safest travel is a tractor. Sentences. My friends and I ride our bikes every day after school. The bus takes 2 hours to Seoul. Grandfather is a farmer and he lets me drive the tractor. When I was young, I wanted to own a red sports car. My uncle in the United States took us on his boat. Yoon drives me to the station on her motorcycle. We rode scooters on our Jeju vacation. The KTX train is so fast you can't even tell. Ferry rides in the US are very short. The tire is flat, so we are stuck. The plane ride to America was 12 hours. Mom rented a van to take the soccer team to Busan. I got lost on the subway in Seoul. The 5 p.m. traffic in Seoul is very bad with everyone leaving work. Big trucks speed on the highway. Conversation between Migyu and Jo Yoon. I'm taking my first plane trip tomorrow. Are you worried? No. Should I be? No. Planes are safer than cars and much safer than motorcycles. True, you can have an accident on a bike. Grandfather says people have overturned tractors just from being careless. I guess that's the key. Pay attention and be safe. Conversation questions. What is Migyu doing tomorrow? Does Jo Yoon think she should be worried? What has been overturned? What advice does Jo Yoon offer? General questions. What can go the fastest? A. Car. B. Bike. C. Plane. D. Train. What usually carries just one person? A. Motorcycle. B. Bike. C. Scooter. D. All of the above. 3. What can take cars, supplies, and many people? A. Scooter. B. Boat. C. Tractor. D. Truck. 4. What works on human power? A. Car. B. Bike. C. Train. 5. How many tires does a bicycle have? A. 1. B. 2. C. 3. Voices. How do you like to travel? I live in Seoul, so we always take the subway. It is easy, cheap, and convenient. When it is cold and snowy, the subway is safe and warm. I like the heated seats during the winter. My T-Money card is always handy. Hemi. We live in Gimcheon, so I always take the bus. I take the bus to school and to see my friends. It is cheap. When the weather is good, I walk to school. We live close to the junior high school, so I can walk there with no problem. Sungjin. Father drops me at school most days on his way to work. Sometimes the traffic is busy, and he gets mad. Mother doesn't let him get mad when everyone is in the car. She says he needs to focus on the road and control himself. Misan. I love getting on the train. It is quick, cheap, and convenient. I have friends in Daegu and Daejeon, and since I live in Gimcheon, I can just hop on the train. The three of us took the ITX down to Busan on a Saturday once. Young me. My bike is always ready. It doesn't have to get gassed up. It takes me 15 minutes to ride to school. It is great exercise. I ride it out to Jikjisa Temple. Next summer, I will ride it to Yeongdong. Sometimes we ride our bikes all day long. Kang. Questions. Who took the train to Busan? Who rides the subway a lot? Who rides the bus to school when it is cold? Who rides a bike to school? Whose father takes her to school sometimes? And how do you usually get to school? Did you know the most popular tourist place in South Korea is Jeju Island, according to Tourist Track? The getaway has lots to offer with sandy beaches, mountains, a volcano, delicious food, and exciting views. The rest of the top 10 places are, in order, Namsum Tower, Gyeongbokgung Palace, Lotte World, Yeongdong, Kimchi Museum, Nami Island, Cheongdokgung Palace, Daedaha Haesong, and Dongdaemun Shopping Complex. Reading. Rail travel is more than 2,500 years old. It dates back to ancient Greece. Wheeled vehicles were in a grooved road so they could not leave the track. Men and animals provided the power. In the 1500s, wooden railways were used in Europe. Wagons were pulled by animals and men, then later it was mainly horses. They carried minerals and people. Some of these are still in operation. By the 1700s, metal rails and steam engines gained popularity. The first full-scale working steam locomotive was built in 1804 in the United Kingdom. Now there are electrical and diesel-powered engines. High-speed train travel is popular now in Asia and Europe. These trains reach 300 kilometers an hour. The KTX and SRT are the fastest trains in South Korea. The latest development is a hydrogen-powered train that started in Germany in 2018. Train history in Korea is more than 120 years old. Questions. How long ago was the first train? What powered the first trains in ancient Greece? What was started in the 1500s? How fast do the fastest trains go now? Questions. What is usually for easy fun rides, planting crops in the country, going across the Pacific Ocean, delivering pizza in town? What is usually for dad and mom driving to work, going out on the lake for fun, going from Seoul to Busan in a few stops? By the blanks. Listen and fill in the blanks with the correct word. Then practice reading the paragraph with your partner. Paragraph A. Motorcycle. 2. Trucks. Subway. Car. Traffic. There are 12 blank lines in Seoul. It takes more than blank hours to go from the first station to the last on line 1. But that is still quicker than taking a blank. Going on a blank is quicker, but not always safe. Most blank is from blank as they haul goods all over the city. B. Farmer, ant, tractors, vans, uncle, trains. Today's blank are very fancy. My blank is a blank, and he does not even sweat since they have air cons. Blank are also fancy as some people sleep in them. My blank said years ago blank had sleeping rooms, but now they go too fast to be overnight. Paragraph C. Planes, bus, bike, pilot, four, brother, teacher. My oldest blank is in the Air Force. He has been a blank flying blank for blank years. He says it is the most fun but most difficult job he ever had. When he is home, he just rides a blank around town. His girlfriend is a blank and she likes riding a bike too. For longer trips or cold weather, they take the blank. D. Cook, doctor, boat, barber, cousin, eggs. A blank works on a cruise ship. I say it's a big blank, but he says ship. There are usually 2,000 people who stay for a week. My cousin is a blank on board, which keeps him busy because people eat 24 hours a day. He said in a typical week they go through at least 8,000 blanks. It is so big they have their own blank and blank on board. Grammar, irregular verbs. Irregular verbs have strange ways going from present tense to past tense. With most verbs, you simply add the letters ed to the end of the verb, or the letter d if it ends with an e, to show it as past tense. But irregular verbs are different. There is no formula on how an irregular verb changes. Some are easy by going from I to O, ride, rode, drive, drove. You just need to know which ones they are and what they change to in the past tense. Some are the same in present tense and past, like put and hit. Some change everything, like eat, ate, and go, went. The past tense of fly is flew. Some are spelled the same, but the sound changes, like read, read. Some of the more common irregular verbs are, so the first will be the present tense, then the past. Okay? Begin, begun. Blow, blew. Break, broke. Buy, bought. Come, came. Cut, cut. Dig, dug. Wear, wore. Break, broke. From the second column, do, did. Draw, drew. Read, read. Find, found. Get, got. Go, went. Hear, heard. Drive, drove. Build, built. And the third column, meet, met. Pay, paid. Eat, ate. Run, ran. See, saw. Send, sent. Write, wrote. Swim, swam. Keep, kept. And there are more. Examples of present and past on the irregular verbs. Dad drives me to school every day, but Mom drove me yesterday. I eat rice and kimchi for lunch. I ate fried chicken last night. I run every day after school. My friend ran fast at the meet and won. Okay, and this is an example. Okay? Circle the correct answer. Hanju swim or swam in the lake yesterday. So yesterday tells you that it's past tense, so it needs to be swam. Hanju swam in the lake yesterday. Okay, and that is it for this week. So thank you very much for all your hard work, and see you next time. Bye-bye.